Welcome to another episode of Only Time Can Tell. I'm your host, Ken. And before we begin, like always, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Help us grow this channel. Remember, Only Time Can Tell. We're basically celebrating the ordinary doing the extraordinary. So to my right, I have Adman walking. Adman walking, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure to be here, man.
Man, you got some interesting things going on. What is Adman walking?
All right. Admin Walking is an advertising agency. Let me just bring this down on the side right here. It's an advertising agency I started to help let people know when after COVID, a lot of people lost businesses, but some of the businesses were still around. So I figured if I start this company, we could get the word out about different businesses still being around with the digital display units.
Okay. So now, what is it that you do with these digital display units?
Display ads. I mean, some of the ads have sound, some of them don't.
But I guess what I'm asking is where are you displaying them? Where's these ads being
Okay,
displayed?
so let's say you wanted to advertise.
Right.
Let's say your store is on 116th Street and 3rd Avenue. I would be basically in that area directing traffic to your store.
Okay.
So when people see this, they come up and ask questions. And when they ask questions, I'll explain to them, well, I'm advertising for this store right here. Go over here, check them out, and use the name Adman Walking, and they'll give you a discount.
So now, so how are they seeing this display? Like, do you have like a booth set up or?
Well, actually, this is a backpack that you wear. And
That's
what I
a backpack.
Yes. Show you the back. See the straps. So what I usually do is I wear one on the front, one on the back, and depending on the customer, if they want to use more than one, because I have several, and I have several styles. I have some that the men wear, and I have some that women wear.
So basically, you're a walking billboard.
Adman Walking.
Yeah, I'm blown away by that. How'd you even come up with that concept, man?
Okay, so what happened was back in 2019, right before the pandemic,
Right.
I got hit by a car.
Okay.
I do deliveries for Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber,
Right.
and I was delivering in the daytime. And so after I was able to start delivering again, I stopped doing deliveries in the daytime and I started doing it at night.
Right.
So while I was delivering at night, I always made sure I had something where people could see me. I had the light up hat, the light up mask,
Right.
excuse me, and I had also a LED display vest that I would wear. And if I was doing Grubhub or Uber, I would have it say Grubhub or Uber. And this guy called me a walking ad. He said, yo, you're a walking advertisement. So I twisted it around. I said, Adman Walking. And I said, there has to be something better than these little LED display vests that I have.
Right.
I did my searching and my homework until I found a company in Japan that could make something like what I was looking for.
So let me get this straight, man, because this is amazing. I'm blown away. I'm like, why didn't I think of something like this? So you had a hardship. You got hit by a car.
Right.
Right. And you was a delivery person, and someone said you're a walking advertisement, and then you said, well, how can I monetize this? And basically did your research and found a company that makes LED displays, billboards, and then your thing is, all right, I'm just gonna
walk with it. And this way, when you walk with it, you can engage with the potential client more because they're gonna ask you questions and you can give them feedback and tell them what you're advertising, where to go, how to get a discount.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
And then what really gets them is when I do this. When I swipe the screen, they see that, they're like, wait a minute, can I do that? And they want to do the same thing I'm doing, and then they start asking questions, and I give them the info.
Oh, man, that's brilliant. Guys, like I said, we at Only Time Can Tell, we are celebrating the ordinary doing the extraordinary. If this isn't extraordinary, I don't know what is. I've never thought of something like this. All right, so now how do you get people to advertise?
Well, usually what's crazy is when I'm doing my deliveries, I'll wear one.
Okay.
I'll wear one on my back. They'll see the ad. They'll come up and ask me, and I'll tell them what I do. They'll ask for a business card. I'll send them to the website, and I'll keep doing my deliveries.
Wow. Wow. And you figure the fact that you're wearing an actual billboard, so that engagement is already going to be up because you're automatically standing out.
Facts.
That is brilliant, man. You came up with this by yourself, man? I mean,
yeah. Well, the guy gave me the idea when he said
right.
you're a walking advertisement, and I said there got to be something better than these little LED display vests. So I found this and I ran with it.
I mean, because you figure back in the days, I mean, you figure we would do that, for free in hip hop, where,
Right.
name brands just be a
Right.
walking advertisement, and you are literally like
Walking
a
advertisement.
walking advertisement. Oh, man. Like I said, only time can tell. We celebrate the ordinary doing the extraordinary. So you say you basically get your clients by, when you're making your deliveries.
Or if they see me advertising another client, they'll ask how can they be a part of this and advertising.
Right. And then you said you send them to your website.
I send them to the website. I give them a business card, and I tell them that if you have a website for your company, I could create the QR code for you. So when I'm advertising you, people just scan the QR code and get all the information about your brand or your product that you're advertising.
Okay. Now, what about like metrics? Are advertisers, like, say for instance, Budweiser or company A decides, all right, we want to, advertise with you or whatever. How are they able to gauge their metrics or, their level of engagement?
With a company basically it's for online companies, or with an online company, what we would do is have them offer a discount by using the code admanwalking.
Right.
And then they would see how many times the code admanwalking was used,
right,
to see that this is a good way to advertise, right, and get the word out about their business.
Can you share like some of the people that actually hired you or advertised?
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see, there's a radio station on the internet called dnaradio.net.
Okay.
There's a pharmacy in this neighborhood over on 107th and Lexington called Smart RX Pharmacy.
Right.
Let's see, who else? There's a guy named Shoe Doctor, New York City.
Right.
He advertised. Let me see who else. It's quite a few people. Comedy in Harlem.
Right. They've
advertised on here. It's a company down on 33rd Street, Manhattan, called Inhale Cannabis. Right. Which is a marijuana store. But
right. Right.
as long as you pay me and it's nothing negative, I will advertise for you.
Wow.
Also, from 94.7 The Block, DJ Coco Chanel. She did an ad on here.
Did she?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've had quite a few clients. And the thing about it is it's more seasonal towards like the warmer months. People use it more. Right. During the winter, some people might want to advertise, but I go out in the rain, the snow. Don't matter to me because I have special raincoats for them. So if it's raining, snowing, or whatever, you can still see the ad.
So now when you're wearing something like that, like, how often do people stop you?
Every 5, 10, 15
So
minutes.
you can't even make your deliveries then?
No, I do make the deliveries. I tell them, look, I'm on a delivery right now. You can go to the website, scan the QR code, and I also have a toll-free number that they could call, and I keep them moving.
Wow. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. So as far as your customers are concerned, do you get new customers frequently, or are most of your customers repeat customers?
I have a few repeat customers, like the radio station, that's a repeat customer.
Right.
The cleaning service, Choices Cleaning Service, they're repeat customers. Once in a while, a pharmacy here want to throw an ad up there.
Right.
So it's a few repeat customers, and then there's some new clients.
Right. So how do you go about figuring out what to charge? Like, do you have like a package?
We have daily packages, weekly packages, and monthly packages.
Monthly packages. And which one you feel is more successful or does better?
Well, I feel that you get the word out more with a weekly or monthly, but I've done daily packages and still had good turnarounds from that.
Did you really?
Yeah, because like for instance, Inhale Cannabis, the marijuana store in Lower Manhattan, they did a one-day advertisement, and I was directing traffic to their store. And at the end of the shift, after I finished what I usually do is 5-6 hours, because the battery usually lasts about 7 hours.
Okay.
So after I finished the shift, I went back to the store, and the guy was like, "Hey, people were coming in. You said it works. I see that." And they were pleased with the outcome of, the advertising.
Oh man, that's cool. Now you was also saying something about because you have multiple machines, right? You have multiple people. Okay. So if I wanted to say book you to do a campaign, do all the people on your team get the same campaign, or like?
Well, it depends on how many machines you want to get for your campaign.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's say, for instance, you get 3 people for your campaign. All 3 of those machines that have the same
Right.
ad that you
Okay.
want advertised.
Right. Right. Oh man, that's amazing, man. That is amazing. Um, I'm curious. Why should an advertiser, or why should someone go through you as opposed to doing this themselves?
Okay, so what I do is I work for the small guy. Let's say you have a store that you want to advertise and you don't have pictures or video for your store. I come in there, I take the pictures for you.
Oh, really?
I take the pictures, I do the video, I help you make a commercial, do the voiceover, get the music together. I help you do everything to put your best foot forward.
Right.
Because if you're putting your best foot forward by using me, that's me putting my best foot forward as well.
Right.
And
Right. So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win situation.
Right. Man. I don't know why I know. I don't know why I never thought of this. I don't. It's so like it's so simplistic, but yet very very effective. Because at the end of the day, and I work on the advertising side. I have worked on the advertising side, and I know one of the things that they're really really big on is client engagement, like how you
Right.
engage in how is this ad engaging the people or getting the people to respond or whatever. And yeah, this is like a no-brainer, man.
Right. I call it flyers on steroids.
Oh, definitely that, man. And plus, with us being in a digital age too, and people just seeing like the flashing lights, that's automatically gonna grab attention.
Right.
Um, yeah, I'm surprised Madison Avenue ain't knocking at your door yet, man.
Well, I've noticed that now there's stores with these in their windows.
Right.
But the big versions.
Right. Right.
But it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it was bound to happen.
Which that's one thing, but like I said, but to see a person,
Right.
that's automatically like, hey, like, yo, what's that? What's that you got, man? And then you said it's also interactive, the screen. So,
Right. Yeah, you can swipe it. It also has sound. I have the sound turned down for the interview, but it has sound, and I can also hook it up to a Bluetooth speaker so the sound can be even louder.
Yeah. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. Once again, only time can tell. We're celebrating the ordinary, doing the extraordinary. Once again. All right. So you said growing up you wanted to be a DJ.
Yes.
Right. So now I'm just curious. Do you still DJ?
Yes.
Okay.
I definitely do.
All right. So now, when someone hires you as a DJ, do they also get video services as well?
Well, now a lot of people won't advertise their party on the street like that, but what I do is some parties I've done commercials for their party where they'll put the invite on their Instagram,
Right.
or they'll just send it to people's phones. It'll be a digital invite with their picture, music, and scenes changing in the invite, like a little video invite.
Right. Okay.
And then when they do have the party, I might have this at the front door displaying their invite,
Right.
so the people will know that this is where their party is.
This is where right. And like I said, and that's automatically just going to draw attention. So it's just like, yeah, man, that you onto something there, man. You onto something. And like you said, you just basically, and this all happened like you came up with this concept during COVID, you said?
Yeah, right after I got hit by the car.
Right.
I was hit by a car in November of 2019, which because of the car accident, when the car hit me, my face hit the hood. So they had to remove all my teeth. I had to get knee surgery. Then right after I had the car accident, I fell and broke my humerus bone. It was bananas, but I'm still here.
See, and that's why I always say too, like, a lot of times people be like, oh man, that's so tough, but I'm a firm believer that for every bad thing, no bad thing can happen without there being an opportunity.
Facts. The yin and the yang.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Two sides of the same coin. You got to have opportunity with disappointment. Facts. Otherwise, that's how life is balanced. So, oh man, that's brilliant, man. So yeah, so you got a gift there, man. I'm speechless, dude. I'm speechless on that. Okay.
Everybody looked at me like, oh.
Yeah, like fuck, man. God damn, man. I
A lot
went
of
to
people like,
college,
yo,
man. Fuck,
a
man.
lot of people walk up and like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Seriously, man. I'm like, fuck, man. That's $1 million idea, man. All right. So overall, how would you say your business is doing? And
It's doing pretty good. I mean, I haven't stopped the other things I do,
right,
but once this kicks in the way I need it to, I'll be doing this full time. This is you know how they say you got your hustle, you got your side hustle, you got
right,
your main hustle.
right,
Right now, this is a side hustle
right,
until it becomes my main hustle.
right. So where do you envision yourself in, say, 2 to 3 years?
Well, in 2 to 3 years, hopefully, I'll have over 100 machines throughout the tri-state area,
Right,
and maybe more than that. I'm
right.
trying to take this first. I'm going to New York State, then tri-state, then throughout the country, then God willing, around the world.
See, and you know what's interesting too, with you being in New York, and you figure we got Madison Avenue.
Right.
There's an excellent, this is interesting because you have an interesting opportunity in front of you if you can find out how to basically tap into that. Because you figure since a lot of people are cutting cords and, the streaming services are taking off,
Right.
advertisers are like, all right, we don't know how to basically reach the people because, people aren't, watching TV the way they used to. They're basically streaming their programs
Right.
or watching, YouTube.
And what's good about this is I could walk through the park with it.
Right.
I could walk on the beach with it. I
Right.
could basically walk anywhere with it. And it's funny, I was going to an event for entrepreneurs,
Right.
and associate of mine, my friend Sam, we both had on the machines, and we got on the train. And I've gotten on the train with this several times.
Right.
But this one particular time, it was an incident that happened in Brooklyn where the guy shot people on the train with the smoke bomb. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, so we were on the train. We made the stop. We was on 42nd Street, and it was three cops: a Chinese guy, a Mexican lady, and a Spanish man. And the Chinese guy said, "Hey, what's that?" I said, "It's called Ad Man Walking." He said, "Can you get off the train for a minute?" I was like, "Okay, here we go." So we get off the train, and he said, "You got ID?" I said, "Yeah, it's against the law not to have ID in New York." So we give him my ID. He wanted to run and see if we check ID to see if we had warrants. So we didn't have any warrant. So he was like, "I got to give you a ticket." I said, "A ticket for what?" He said, "For solicitation." I said, "I didn't ask anybody for any money, and I'm not selling anything."
Right.
He said, "No, you're not supposed to be displaying ads in the train station." I said, "Show me a sign where it says that." There are no signs that say,
Right.
it's a sign that says no solicitation, yeah.
Right.
But it's no sign that say I can't wear a TV backpack in the train station. And I'm not selling anything. He was like, "Look, I got to give you a ticket." I was like, "All right, well, you give me a ticket. I'm going to fight it because you should be looking for someone that's hopping the train or
Right.
committing another type of crime. Here I am, a young entrepreneurial black man trying to make a living, and you want to harass me."
Right.
And so when I started voicing myself and getting louder about the situation, the guy put his hand on his gun, and my friend was like, "Yo, calm down." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to calm down because this is wrong. We ain't doing nothing wrong. We're trying to make an honest living."
Right.
And so eventually the court date came, and when I brought the machine to the court date so I could show the judge exactly what I was doing, didn't even make it into the courtroom. They had me sitting there for like 2 hours, and then they threw the ticket out. It was like, "Mr. Golden?" I was like, "Yes." He was like, "Your ticket is dismissed. You can leave."
Right.
And I'm like, "Why they even waste my time giving me a ticket?"
You know why? Because they have to have a certain amount of arrests and a certain amount of, like, it's a big system or
Yeah.
whatever. But, going forward, I've learned the only time that you necessarily need to provide any ID is if you're under arrest.
Right.
If you're not under arrest, you don't have to produce any ID.
Well, due to what has been happening with cops and us black men,
Right.
I presented my ID without a problem.
I got you. Man, the producer was telling me that there was someone you wanted to shout out.
Oh, my cousin, Virginia Cathy. Let me see if I can find her video. She has a clothing line. These are some of her clothes in this video. And then I'm gonna go to the next slide. It's a slide where she has one of her dresses or past the video. So let me just go back. Wow, where is that dress at? Should be the next one. This is a dress my cousin designed, and
Oh
this is her
wow.
logo, Virginia Kathy.
Oh wow. That's dope, man. So now you also helping out the family too,
That's
man.
right. I wouldn't have it any other way.
All
I
right,
help
man.
everyone I can.
Well, yeah, I've been floored. This was an amazing concept, man. I wish you nothing but continued success. Big idea, man. Like I said, I'm just mad I didn't think of it, man. But for our viewers, where can they find you, man?
All right, you can go to admanwalking.com. The Instagram page is Adman Walking New York with the NY at the end.
Right.
And they can call the toll free number, 888-236-2670.
So yeah, so if you got a business you want to promote and definitely get some engagement, this is a man to see, man. Remember, like I said, I'm speechless. We at Only Time Can Tell, we like to uh, celebrate the ordinary, doing the extraordinary. Admin Walking, I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
It's been much
Thank you for having
appreciated,
me.
man. Like I said, I wish you nothing but success.
Definitely.
Don't forget, guys, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Help us grow this channel, and we'll see
Yes.
you next time. Peace.
I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will always get an alert when a new video drops.